Marie here, and today I just had my most awkward film experience, so let's hear about it. Just a disclaimer, I'm not complaining, I'm definitely not blaming anyone. These things happen on film sets. This is just my first experience with not things going as smoothly as I'm used to, and so I was just, the whole time I was just panicking inside and trying to tell myself, alright, calm down, you know, this is just what happened, you know, definitely not trying to be like, this person did this and he was late and whatever, because like, these things happen and I completely understand that. I'm very professional and I can still roll with things even as they come by. So all of this was going on internally. I didn't complain. I wasn't like trying to be a diva and like, you know, none of that stuff. I'm not that kind of person. Alright, so let's just get into the video from the very beginning. If you guys have been following me on Snapchat where I've been posting non-stop, sorry I'm so annoying, I got cast in a martial art movie, which if you guys know me, which is like, it's like one of the top things on my bucket list of things to do, because if I'm not at martial arts and if I'm not acting, I'm sleeping. Like, martial arts is literally my life. I spend almost every evening at my martial arts dojo from like 4 to 10 training and practicing and working out, and also helping teach other people how to get better at martial arts. And if you guys have seen my video, 7 things martial arts taught me about acting, you guys should definitely go check that out. But anyway, what happened today was I submitted late night one time for this guy who, he said he was looking for people for his movie that was based off of his web series. So I looked him up and it turns out that in his web series they use tons of martial arts. Like, if you do martial arts, you can tell right away. So I was like, dude, I have to tell him about my martial art experience. So I kind of wrote him a paragraph saying, hey, I'm a martial artist. I've done 7 years of training. I help teach. My martial arts is an all-encompassing martial art. It's a traditional Korean martial arts. And we do grappling, kicking, punching, sparring, forms, techniques, pretty much everything. He emailed me back and said, okay, I'm offering you the role of this person slash this other person, which was the scene that these 2 people were in. When we talked, he sent me the script. I read through the script a couple of times, so I started memorizing my lines. The character is a lead character. She is a romantic interest sort of slash fighter, and the part was just basically meant for me. One of my dream roles to play is this girl. So anyway, after we talked back and forth, he gave me a call and kind of just gave me more backstory on the film and his project. He was very happy that I checked out his web series and that he found someone who actually had the experience to do martial arts, because apparently that's kind of rare to find an actress who does martial arts. So he was very happy about that. He said that he had a couple of people drop out, so that's kind of why I didn't really have to audition, because he was kind of in a time crunch. And one of the main character who was supposed to be playing my character, she dropped out. She wasn't able to do it anymore. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm not complaining. Even though I don't have to audition, I'm not complaining. I love the part. I love the script. Everything's awesome. So today, just to speed things up, I was on top of the moon. I spent the entire morning choosing outfits with my mom. We took like tons of different pictures, and I'll try to show them on the screen. I'll make a collage and show them like right here. And eventually I told him what I was wearing, and he picked out this, which is like a jean jacket, this tank top, and white shorts. Then he texted me. He moved the time to a little bit later. Apparently he was filming something before, and then he moved the location to a later time. So far, everything sounds pretty good. I'm ready, I'm warmed up, I've been preparing for this, I've memorized my lines, and I'm pretty much good to go. So, we get to the place he's describing, and we didn't have an exact address. So it was just really hard to find where it was. And unfortunately he didn't have a signal where he was, so he couldn't exactly tell us where he was. It was being filmed on a college campus, and a campus isn't just one building, as some of you guys know. There's a whole bunch of different buildings, and so he said to go to the theater building, which we had no idea what it was. We looked it up on maps, no one knew what it was. We spent like a good 30 minutes just walking up and down all the campuses. First we drove to one place, and we asked random strangers who kind of gave us an idea of where to go. So we went there, and then we kept on looking, and there were all these buildings, just tons of buildings with like labels like A, B, C, C, D, and F, and we kept on calling him and texting him, trying to figure out where he was. And long story short, we were about to leave because we looked around all over the place. We couldn't find anything, and we couldn't find him, and we asked around if anyone knew where anyone was being filmed, and no one knew anything. So he finally called us back. He probably got to a place where there's some reception, and so he decided to move it to a different location. So my mom at this point was a little mad because we didn't have a lot of clear instructions, and we didn't know exactly where to go, and she just wasted like an hour of her time. Like, keep in mind, we were supposed to film at like 5, he moved it to 6, and by this time it was getting very, very close to 7. And so we drive over to this other location, which was the original location, and it's this history museum. So my mom dropped me and my auntie off. Crisis averted, I think. She called, the guy called, and he found us, or told us to meet him at a different place, and he's gonna pick us up to film. So yeah, that's what's happening. This is a really cool place. It's the Missouri History Museum. Oh my gosh, I have to take a picture right here. You see this picture spot? This is a picture spot. Okay, right. And it's really cool. There's a fountain you guys will see in my vlogs, which I post here. We left like an hour early just so we could get to this place on time. And if we had found the place on time, we would have been like 20 minutes early, good, set to go. Everything was supposed to be going where it was, but apparently it didn't. So what happens is I get there, I take a few pictures, and then we wait. And we wait. Finally, we call him wondering if he knew where he was, and he said that he was running just a little bit late because he took a wrong turn, and he had to wait because some cars were following him. I go inside to cool down, which is so nice and refreshing. We wait some more. So now it's like 20 minutes to 7, I don't remember. I mean, the sun's still up and shining, but we were way behind schedule. And then he finally calls. After a while, he said, "Oh, are you guys in the front of the building?" And we said, "Yes, right where we planned to be this whole time." And he was like, "Okay," which is cool. We waited for like another 10-15 minutes, and then finally he said, "Oh, well, I have some people who are out there looking for you." We finally see this girl with like red hair and a hoodie. She comes up with this guy with a Captain America t-shirt on, and come up to them, we shake hands, we say hi. Finally, I'm like, whew, I'm relieved, I'm good to go. Little did I know. We start walking back to where he is. We get to the bench where he was supposed to meet us, and then he wasn't there. And he said to keep on walking more towards this bridge. And I'm like, all right, this is good. I can get into the character. This is fine. I decided to make some small talk with the people who I was walking with, because it's good to make new friends, right? So I was like, "Hey, so are you guys helping out on set?" Or maybe the other girl was the girl who was like supposed to fight me in the scene, you know, like one of the minor characters. There was the lead girl, and she fights off this other girl and wins. And so I was supposed to be the girl who fights off the other girl and wins. And so I asked her, like, "Oh, hey, are you helping out on set?" And she's like, "No, actually, I'm in the film." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Which character are you?" And she goes, "I'm Rachel." And I'm like, "Wait, what? I'm Rachel." He told me I was Rachel, and she was like, "Oh, well, that's gonna be a problem because we've already filmed a whole bunch of scenes." And I'm just in here like, what? Are my ears clogged? I think they are, cause what? What? Remember my meme? This meme? What's happening here? Why? What? So she's like, "Oh yeah, you're probably gonna have to play this other character because I'm playing this character." And I'm just like, "Oh, no, I love this character so much." I'm like, "You know what? You're professional. You just gotta move on and roll with it, because this is what actors do. Things get changed up all the time." And tip for actors who are going to be on set or auditioning, you gotta be flexible, because if you freak out and panic and just refuse to do your job or quit, no. I was just like, okay. I turned to the other guy with a big smile on my face. I'm like, oh, well, what are you doing? And he said he was just helping out on the set. And I'm like, oh, that's nice, okay. It was his first time helping out on set. And the girl was so pretty, so talented. She'd actually never done film before, but she has done theater productions before, kind of starting out how I started out, where I did theater and then I transitioned into film. And so she was super nice, definitely the right pick for the character. Finally, we get there, we find him, he's like dressed in his costume or whatever, and he goes, telling me now, oh, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna be playing this character, you're gonna be playing this other character. And my heart broke just a little bit more inside. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, which kind of sucks because I would have loved to know ahead of time, all day. It would have helped me so much. But you know, it was just a misunderstanding. Also confused me because I'd also texted him specifically to make sure that I was filming this scene, or I was this character, because I don't want to learn someone else's lines. The cool thing was I got to try on some cool gear, which I hope you guys will see in the film. I got to have like these white gloves, these really cool like knee pads, and they fit my outfit, and I was like, yes, gosh, that's so cool. He also had a completely new script from the one I had seen. Not a completely new script, 3 or 4 lines that I had to memorize right on the set, just like that. I had to become this completely different person. And that was definitely a different experience for me. I've never really gone through like that quick change, playing someone different, being someone different, learning new lines, all in one time. I was hot, tired, but I feel like I managed to pull it off, and I hope I did. I definitely was not gonna quit or do a worse job just because I didn't know what I was doing. The filming itself was super fun. I love martial arts, and I love combining martial arts and acting. I think I already said that earlier today. We filmed the scene. It took about maybe, I'm gonna say an hour, 30 minutes. We did each thing twice or 3 times, and he would give us direction and how he wanted the scene to be filmed. It was very nice because we took it like step by step, so I didn't have to run through the whole scene. I got to use a lot of the training that I've learned, and that definitely helped. You don't realize how hot you get when you're like exercising outside in a jacket, and you're doing like each move, like if I'm doing punching or 3 kicks in a row or like spinning, we have to do that like multiple times. And it was definitely hard because he had to film it in a certain way because we weren't actually hitting each other, but we have to make it look like we're hitting each other. So it was very hard to get that timing right, where you look like you're punching someone, but you're not punching someone. And then it was a two-person thing. You have to make sure you sell the punching, and they have to make sure they sell the hit, the reaction. That was definitely a lot of fun to figure out how to learn to do that and how to work with the other actor. And so we could try to time our punches and our fighting so that way it looked realistic and believable. And I feel like we got some really, really nice shots. I used my anger, not knowing what I was doing, I kind of poured that into my character, and I felt that it made a stronger character. And I do think that this was a valuable lesson to learn. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was pretty much my whole filming experience. It was definitely very different. I loved the filming itself. Everyone was super duper nice. He had water for us to cool down with. The lady, even though she'd never done martial arts before, and you could tell that she was working really hard to make sure that her character was good. During the shoot, I had an awesome time. It was just kind of before, I was kind of not very thrown off guard, but I'm not blaming anyone, it's just what happens. So yeah, that was pretty much my awkward filming experience on set. If I could do it again, I definitely would. I love acting, and it's what I do. And any opportunity to do it, I do. I just have to remember to take precautions. And if you can't be careful enough, then you just gotta roll with the punches, you know? I'd already told myself that like anything can happen when you're on set. You know, they can take off your lines, they can choose someone else. There's been so many stories of people who got to set and they were fired just for whatever. So this is definitely not a big deal. I don't want you guys to feel sorry for me. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. I just want to tell you guys what's out there and how you can watch out and just see the signs. For any tips, I would just say double check everything as much as you can. Make sure when you bring an outfit that you check with your director what he wants you to bring, if he wants you to come to set with makeup, because that was another thing. I didn't know if he wanted me to bring makeup, but I asked him and he said, yeah, no, whatever makeup you want to do, that's fine. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Cool thing about acting and not knowing the character is that I got to be really spontaneous and really just channel my raw, unpracticed emotions into the character and feed off the other person. And I used that so it felt more in the moment than if I had played the other character. And I felt that was really, really good. So I can't wait for you guys to see the finished project. Sorry for this very, very long video, but I wanted to tell you guys all about it before the details left my head. Here's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy because on Instagram, I'm so freaking close to like 1,000, which just like blows my mind because I've wanted 1,000 for a long time. Not because I care about followers per se, but because I want to grow myself and I want to see if I can get 1,000. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can do it. And apparently I can. So things are just gonna grow and be even more awesome. I will see you guys next time. Ciao.